Visions of a magic time. Is there anything about one of your photographs that makes you smile because you know what's maybe going on behind the camera or not in the photo?
Quite a few. The one of Mick and Linda Ronstadt, just because I know he was thinking naughty thoughts and she was thinking romantic thoughts. Say no more.
There's a photograph I took in India, and the Beatles were all writing music for the White album. And they were all pretty friendly, and it was a very creative time. But I've got one shot of Paul and John sitting together. John is just looking at Paul, and Paul is making some sort of face, and I just wish I knew what they've been saying. But there is something going on.
I read that you said you have to, in your role, you had to know how to just hang out.
I mean, I was a musician before I ever picked up a camera, and I always say, musicians, half their life is hanging out. I mean, in a recording studio, backstage, a lot of it's waiting. And so I was comfortable doing that. I didn't have to rush in and start clicking away. I could just take my time. I knew, eventually interesting things would happen.
I love what you said about how, you have to have you had their trust.
And also you need to live up to that trust, because it is a privilege.
Right.
It's a privilege to photograph an ordinary person on the street, a flower seller or anyone who allows you into their aura and their sense of themselves. I think of it sometimes in a gallery. I think I'm surrounded by friends looking down, and I almost feel responsible in a silly way that they're presented nicely and well.
There's something extraordinary about walking into a gallery of your own photographs. You think, I know every one of these intimately. It's kind of like it's warming.
What is the best drink that you've ever had with someone?
I think the first time I came to America with George Harrison, we stayed at the Plaza Hotel, and I had my first margarita. I couldn't believe it. It was the most delicious, most fantastic drink. And to have it there in this glamorous setting with George, it was just beautiful. It was fabulous. Yes.
In the early 70s, I was on the road with Dan Fogelberg, and we were playing Detroit, and Glenn Frey from the Eagles was there, and after the concert, we went back to the hotel, and so Dan ordered a bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, which at the time was about $150. Now it's probably, I don't know, $3, $4. So we opened it, tasted it. It was pretty good. We ordered another, and then we ordered a third one. And I mean, really fine wine like that, the most expensive wine. But that was great, yeah.
That sounds like a fun night.
In Chicago with Mick Jagger and Ahmet Ertegun. This is talking like mid-70s. And we went to one of those clubs, and the little door slid open, and they looked in, and they let us in. And we had whiskey sours. I've never had a whiskey sour before, and now I do a sort of, whenever I come to America, it's a kind of symbolic drink.
It's the same as the margarita is for me.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
What would you tell yourself, looking back?
Relax, let the universe decide. Don't worry about it so much, What's going to happen is probably going to happen. Enjoy it, Life is a play, an adventure.
Oh, I love that. At what age did you truly feel like you knew yourself?
A couple of years ago.
As you grow older, definitely, you grow into yourself. So you don't give a damn at certain points within reason.
Right.
It's kind of a progression. I mean, the older that you get, the more you understand things, and,
The wiser you become.
The wiser you become. It's,
You learn to read the subtext of situations,
Yes.
don't you? You read more from body language and how emotionally intelligence, I think you use better.
Curious what you have to say about love. Do you believe in just one soulmate, two?
I don't think I believe in one soulmate.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think you can have several soulmates.
Yeah.
And I think you just mustn't ever be afraid. You might have a broken heart, but that's,
Get over that.
that can be repaired.
Okay.
That's part of that learning process, I mean, just some people find a soulmate and they're happy all their lives, but, I think it's great.
That's luck, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Have you had a horrible, what's been a horrible date?
Someone who
Have you had a horrible date?
didn't respond to my fabulousness.
I don't know. I've only been on a couple of dates, and the second one was George, so that was fabulous.
Yeah.
He responded.
He responded. Oh my gosh. Well, cheers again, guys. I could chat
Yes.
forever. Thanks for
Thank you so
coming
much.
over.
Thank you for the drink.
Yeah.